I appreciate the effort. Yes, the Red Wings' successful trip out west. We're going to give away Red Wing tickets in the 8 o'clock hour, but we're just not going to break down hockey on a football Monday. Sorry, guys.
No.
Hey, Gibson's played well his last 5 starts. All right, that's enough. Let's get back to the phones. 248-539-9797. Chuck in Detroit, you're on 97.1.
Hey, good morning, fellas. I can't say I enjoyed my Sunday too much. I'm wondering, as a fan base, do we have any legal repercussions we could bring a class of lawsuits against the NFL officiators? It seems like every game that we have lost, there's been a major call that went against us. It's never went in our favor. Now, I'm not saying we haven't played lethargic in some games, but that's a motivational destroyer for the team when you play the perfect defense, well, close to perfect defense, and they still call a play that, it shouldn't even been a catch yesterday. That was not even a catch.
Is this a serious phone call? You want to know if they should sue the NFL?
File a class action lawsuit?
I'm saying the fan base.
Yeah. But I'm clarifying it. You're not just trolling us. Like, you actually believe this.
No, I don't believe it. It's just something should be done about that because it's so obvious. I mean, I think Fox 2 showed the replay 5 times, and they were actually laughing about it.
Oh, yeah. When the rules official can't make heads or tails of it, it's a blown call. But at the same time, if you want to file a class action lawsuit, I'd file it on the Lions' front 7, who was fully healthy and couldn't stop the run. I'd file a class action lawsuit on the entire defense that gave up over 500 yards.
Okay. Right.
I'd file a class action lawsuit on the Lions offense that was MIA for a quarter and a half in the second half.
Calm down. Jeez.
I need my compensation, John.
Yeah.
Emotional distress.
Callers giving you opportunity to just go over the top on Smarm is ridiculous.
I'm sorry, I'll do it delayed.
Just to that point, I think officiating across the NFL, I'm not just going to talk about the Lions. I think officiating has not been great. I did read an article this weekend where I can't remember if it's after this year or if it's after 26, where the contract that the officials have with the NFL is up. I do think the NFL they've got to do something different. And it's their opportunity to do that. And whether you make them full-time officials and say, hey, this is your full-time job. You can't have the side job. You can't have something else going on in your life. This is your full-time job. You pay them accordingly. You put up a set of parameters and an infrastructure in place so that we get better officiating. They're humans. Yeah. They're never going to be perfect, but I think we can be better.
I think officials make mistakes. And I think mistakes can impact a series or a sequence, but I don't want to be the guy that's blaming officials after my team plays poorly.
No, I'm talking about the officials across the league.
And for the guy out there who thinks like the sport's rigged, right? That's why Kansas City beat the Lions earlier this year, because the sport's rigged. Why'd they let Kansas City miss the playoffs? They miss a couple pages of the script?
Yeah, well. Yeah, the whole script thing is always fun to.
Again, I think officials make mistakes, and you can hold them accountable and ask for better officiating. I'm never going to fault a fan for that, but let's keep the main thing here. Team didn't play well enough. Ed and Alpena, you're on 97.1.
Hey guys, real quick, just like some of the points that people brought up. This is at the feet of Brad Holmes. You knew where you were weak on that defensive line. You knew your secondary had a tendency to be hurt. And you did not go up and add depth. You didn't add veteran depth to that secondary when there was guys out there. You didn't add depth to that defensive line. You didn't do anything in the trade deadline. That's one point. The other point is you scored 31 points on a really, really good defense. So this is not on the offense. And as far as the rest of the Dan Campbell show is starting to wear thin. I look at 2 games this year. I look at that first game against Minnesota when J.J. McCarthy looked like vintage Tom Brady. We lost by 3. Then I look at the game against Philadelphia. And these 4th and 4 at the 28-yard line, and let's go for it, when you've got 3 points right there, those games could have both been swung Detroit's way. That makes you a 10-4 team right now. This not fixing that defense and Dan Campbell's fun antics, both of them are growing very, very thin.
Yeah, look, I mean, they're not the team they were 2 years ago in the NFC title game. And it's been a decline.
Yeah, and what's the number one thing? Even at that time,
Yeah.
We weren't talking about a top 10 defense.
Right.
The number one thing that is plaguing this team is the inability to control the line of scrimmage on the offensive side of things. Would we like to have a better defensive line?
Yes.
Sure. More productive, being able to stop the run, getting out the passer. Would you like to have a healthy secondary? Obviously. You can't always plan for every injury that might possibly happen.
Yeah, you don't want to have to score 42 points to win. I get that.
But you have to be able to control the line of scrimmage. Whether you're in a tight battle that's going to be a 21-24 victory for you, it comes down to controlling the line of scrimmage and salting away the clock if you need to, or just extending drives if you need to. If you're going to be in a shootout where you know you're going to have to get points on every single drive, you're going to have to control the line of scrimmage. Right now, they don't. And not enough.
Ran for 2.5 yards a carry in the second half, started the half with a lead. Again, it starts with the defense putting the offense in a position to be near perfect. But if the offense is going to go punt, 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 field goal, and only score 1 second half touchdown while they're already down 2 scores, and you're right, John, they stubbornly tried to run the ball, couldn't do it. Goff got sacked 1 time in the game. It was when they first were trailing in that third quarter. They weren't winning up front, specifically that left guard spot. I know you singled out Cologne already, but that left guard spot was the weak point.
Yeah, I mean, it's just always when you're trying to run the ball and you can't get up on a linebacker. And I know that LA's linebackers are fast. They're sideline to sideline guys. You got to take those angles. And if you take the right angle, you still can't get there. Now it's just a matter of you're asking a guy to do something he can't do.
248-539-9797. Let's get to Emil in Detroit. You're on 97.1.
Hey, Grand Rising family.
What's up?
Not much, man. I just was watching that game last night, and I really feel like we just got to stay optimistic. I mean, we already know what's going on. It's a bunch of injuries, and, we got like 16 men down, and we just got to be realistic about the situation. We going into every game just being hopeful. So, just as a Detroit fan, you can't blame it on the refs. You got to just go in that game prepared, knowing that the refs are not your friend. You have to go in there and beat them and the other team. And that's just all I really got to say. We just got to stay optimistic, hope the best for us. Go Lions, go Pistons, go Red Wings, Detroit, we still up.
Hey, man, it's always go Lions. But he said realistic and optimistic in the same phone call. And I think those two things they don't go together right now.
Well, I'm optimistic that they can make the playoffs. But I mean, when you're, I'm optimistic. I'm always glass half full.
Yeah, but the glass isn't 50% full right now. It's like 25% full.
That's where you get to realistic.
Yeah.
It might not be realistic that they make the playoffs. And so, the two different words are from opposite sides of the spectrum.
Yeah. I'm not going to tell people to stop being a fan or don't watch or don't root for your team. I'm going to keep rooting for them. But realistically, they're not making the playoffs. So if we're being realistic, season ends in 3 weeks.
They don't control their own destiny.
Yeah. Put in the hands of other people now. 248-539-9797. They are 2 games back with 3 weeks to go. Give away some Red Wing tickets in the next hour. It's 97.1.